Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, so this video is going to be about the upcoming Awaken unit, Awaken JOO SHIYOON. Now, as always, this is going to be a rough guide and whether or not it's worth pulling for Awaken JOO SHIYOON as a veteran C player myself. And I just want to give you guys an honest thoughts and honest opinion regarding him as a whole compared to all the other Awakens that's in the roster right now, right? Or that's coming in the future. So hopefully you guys see where I'm coming from. I am going to be looking strictly at the meta. Now I know some of you guys like Awaken JOO SHIYOON because of the story, and I can appreciate that, but this is me judging him based on his strength compared to other Awaken units in the meta, alright? This nothing to do with the story. Now, Awaken JOO SHIYOON is going to come 8th of December. So that's going to be about 3 days as of me posting this video. And yeah, let's have a look at the PV first. Hopefully give you guys an idea why a lot of players are looking really forward to this guy and are really excited for him. Alright, so he is... First of all, his PV looks insane. Alright, his theme song, which is the one featured in this PV as well, is going to be really good as well. And if you've been following him in the story, you'll probably know, I don't want to spoil any story, but you will know what happened to him, why he was in the Coffin Company as a whole. If you guys have been skipping the story, make sure you guys read it through, at least know his past and see what is his connection to Hilde as a whole. And then you will start to see maybe he's the main character. Maybe Awaken Mina is the side character. I'm just saying maybe, hypothetically. I'm not spoiling anything. But after unleashing his full power, he definitely get the Awaken form. Now there he is, one of the best, one of the sickest entrants for Awakening animation, for sure. Alright, I think bar none even until today, still definitely one of the better ones. And his skills, super flashy. Alright, he has a very flashy special skill, very flashy ultimate skill. So JOO SHIYOON are hard. Okay, so that is going to be the trailer. I will have it linked somewhere in the description below so you guys can see more for yourself. Now let's jump into the game and talk about where he stands overall. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things, alright? I know some of you guys might be new, you might be coming back to the game because of the hololive that's happening as well. So I want to give a much more detailed comparison. Here are the lists that I'll be talking about. The pros, the cons, pull or wait, new Awaken recruitment. We're going to talk about this at the end. Alright, so let's talk about JOO SHIYOON's pros. Where is he strong at? So let me go to the... I'm just going to jump into management because I do have him, right? JOO SHIYOON Awaken. This is him. Let's jump into quick abilities. What makes him really strong is going to be the counter attack. Alright, JOO SHIYOON or Awaken JOO SHIYOON. I'm just going to call him AJSY, probably that's going to be simpler. Counter attacks inflicts true damage, sealing target skills for 4 seconds. So the counter attack, really good in PvP. Alright, this is going to be able to seal a target, doesn't include boss though. The counter attacks can also pause crit count for 4 seconds, nullify debuffs. Alright, it's going to be kind of insane. Special skill, alright, so this skill decreases JOO SHIYOON's skill haste by 50% for 6 seconds when cast, but it also gives him perfect evasion. Alright. So which makes him similar to Awaken Mina in that sense, but this can be countered by a lot of buff removers, you know, like anyone that can remove buff. Serena Crew later on, if that operator ever come, it's going to counter Awaken JOO SHIYOON in PvP, right? So you can see that's also pretty good. The special skill definitely is really strong, and also the last one is going to be the ultimate skill, cast perfect evasion on him again for 12 seconds. When you cast this again, this can be removed as well. So you can see a lot of things going on, right? The ability to counter and stuff is always pretty cool. But you have to keep in mind that what makes him really strong, right? The pros is going to be in the Britra rates. Now, Britra rates is going to be his strongest suit, right? So that's all I'm going to say for now. If you're struggling in 130 or 150 Britra, he's going to be strong right there. Unfortunately, that's about where all his usage lies. If you have been following me in my streams, you know, I play a lot of endgame content. Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace, you don't really need him. He can be used there. I'm pretty sure he can, but it's just Awaken Yuna exists, right? And some of you guys might have already Awaken Yuna. And also, what else can I say for this? Regarding all the endgame contents, danger close, the raids, the dives, the inhibitor raids, you don't need him there. You don't need him there. So you practically, if you pull him, you're only pulling him for a very specific niche area, which is right here, right? So unfortunately, let's go and have a look at the cons in PvP. So in PvP, cons, we're going to divide this into two, alright? So in PvP, he gets outclassed. He gets outclassed by a lot of stronger awakened strikers. Now this is going to be something that you have to keep in mind, is something that is an issue with him because he is very balanced. He's not broken by any means, right? And also one more thing, Kestrel Xiaolin is going to come soon. He is very weak. He is very weak to a lot of meta snipers. Now, of course, this is not specific to him, right? A lot of awakened striker can get one-shotted. Kestrel Xiaolin can one-shot probably awakened JOO SHIYOON, awakened Yuna, awakened Mina, right? But at least awakened Mina, she has a lot of CC when she enters. Same for awakened Yuna, like if you protect her, like awakened JOO SHIYOON is probably very similar to awakened Yuna. If you protect him in PvP, he will be fine. If you don't protect him, there's no defender in front of him, he's kind of squishy. You need like supporters or something to back him up. So that's how you want to play him, ideally, right? So in PvE, I would say not worth using in most end game contents. That is the problem that I have, right? So this is all I can say for him right now. So let's talk about why is that. We're going to jump into the awakened units and just show you guys, since I might not have all the awakened units, I will show you guys everything that's available on C server, so you guys get a much more up-to-date reference. Awakened units right here. So awakened JOO SHIYOON is right now here, right? Awakened JOO SHIYOON is this one. So should you pull for awakened JOO SHIYOON? Let's talk about this a little bit. Pull or wait? My humble opinion is, if you are new, probably not. Alright? So the priority is, for me, you should get Ministra if you can. Ministra is really, really strong. Almost going to be very, very staple in a lot of contents. Awakened Xiuyun is good in both raids, Inhibitor and Britra, unlike Awakened JOO SHIYOON that's only good in one raid, right? And also, you know, you should also get Awakened Yuna if you can, because she is going to be a better fit for the Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace endgame contents. Awakened JOO SHIYOON, again, super niche, right? So let's compare him to a couple of other Awakened strikers. This is going to be a bit... Now again, some of you guys might not like it when I say this. Compared to a lot of other Awakened strikers, I think he's at the bottom. I honestly think he's at the bottom, based on the usage, based on the value overall, the value proposition that he offers in terms of what he can do. Now again, this is not me saying that he's bad. Alright, you guys need to know. I'm not saying that he's bad, I'm not saying that he's trash, I'm not saying that you cannot use him, it's impossible to make him work. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that Awakened Yuna has more value. I do think Awakened Yuna has more value for a new account. Awakened Yumina is going to have probably slightly more value in raids if you're looking just for this, right? Awakened JOO SHIYOON, sure, is good here. Awakened Mina is the highest damage dealer in Inhibitor. Give him your best gears, do Inhibitor, you will see what I'm talking about. She competes with Awakened Xiuyun neck in neck. With the rifles combined. With the rifles combined, not just Awakened Xiuyun. Awakened Xiuyun and her rifles. Experiment on that and you guys will come and tell me, wow, Awakened Yumina actually does this much damage. Make sure you give her the best gears though. Alright, Awakened Horizon, PvP Queen, for sure, she's going to be the most cancerous meta unit for a long time. In PvE, you can still use her as well. She's good in a lot of stages. Awakened JOO SHIYOON, again, very good here. But Awakened Horizon, good in a lot of other stages. She can be used in dive 49, 50 if you don't have a lot of other strikers here. Or that one, using Awakened Xiuyun Ministra is going to be better. But still, it's kind of hard to compare overall. They do have their own usage. Awakened JOO SHIYOON is a counter-based unit. But I would say the biggest issue is not going to be Awakened JOO SHIYOON is bad. It's going to be because Xiuyun exists. And this guy is free. Alright, this guy is free, sadly. And that's just the gist of it, right? So Xiuyun is going to get much more usage in most cases if you're looking to tackle danger close. So for example, danger close, right now in C server, we have the regenerated bishop, right? Regenerated bishop, you just use the normal Shiyooon. Alright, as you can see, normal Shiyooon is going to be more than enough. I tried to use Awakened JOO SHIYOON, doesn't make sense. He doesn't have any use here whatsoever. Like, if you don't believe me, let me show you guys other people's one. Alright, let's see. Look, Shiyooon. Alright, let's see. Look, Shiyooon. Alright, these are all Shiyooon, 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 Shiyooon here, Shiyooon here. That's his skin, alright? That's his CRISPR skin. Does Global has that? I'm not sure. Shiyooon. Shiyooon is more useful than Awakened JOO SHIYOON, I'm not kidding. You just build Shiyooon in most places that you need counter. You actually don't need Awakened JOO SHIYOON that much. Outside of this one, Britra. Like outside of Britra, yes, Shiyooon is going to be good. Okay, let me show you guys a guide that I did back then. Look, why is Shiyooon so good, right?
Gonna die. Ministra is gonna die.
So Awakened JOO SHIYOON
is the sweet spot. So use
has the ability to counter Britra right there, you can see.
In front of
So Awakened JOO SHIYOON will counter Britra from sucking your backlines in. So Britra, if you don't understand the concept of Britra 130 and 150, make sure you guys watch this guy. I'll link it in the description below. He has the ability every time his special skill sort of sucks you in, and Awakened JOO SHIYOON can help you counter that. But if he's so strong in Britra, why am I asking you guys to not pull for him? Or why am I asking you guys to wait? Now I feel like, I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't pull for Awakened JOO SHIYOON. I feel like Awakened JOO SHIYOON is going to be staple for Britra. And if you want to be able to beat Britra, yes, he's going to be really strong. I just feel like later on, there's going to be a couple more Awakened that's going to be better. Alright, for example, Awakened Shinja. Alright, Awakened Shinja has a lot of value. She has more value than Awakened JOO SHIYOON because you can actually use her in both Britra and Inhibitor. Also, same applies for Maestra Nequisha. Now this is going to come soon for Global. After Awakened Amy, perhaps you guys are gonna get Awakened Jake, which I also think this guy has better value than Awakened JOO SHIYOON. Again, this is going to be just an opinion thing. Like for a veteran player, I get it, some of you guys, other veterans might disagree with me, and if you disagree, you can always type in the comment section below, right? Like, there's always that place. But at the end of the day, my advice is not because Awakened JOO SHIYOON is bad, but because the value of what he has to offer to any account out there might be not as high. Now, also, let me show you guys right now in Global. Alright, let's jump into the Global account. Also, one more reason that I am also considering debating about this is because of the rates going on right now. Alright, this one 130, so let me see if I can check the results. So, this is 130 rates, for example. Okay, so let me show you guys in these particular rates. So notice this guy managed to do 2.9 million, almost 3 million, 2.6 million, 2 million. Decent damage. Alright, decent damage for 130 Britra. So you can see a lot of global players don't really need to get Awakened JOO SHIYOON. Sure, if you get Awakened JOO SHIYOON, maybe your damage is going to increase 2 folds, 3 folds. But is that worth it though? Is that worth it? Or would you rather just do the free-to-play way, let the whales carry you, and you focus on the next few Awakened unit? So that's going to be my advice generally, right? For me, I do think for if you are new, prioritize on maybe Ministra, Awakened Yuna, you know, Awakened Seoyun, Replacer Queen. Those are what I'm going to prioritize over Awakened JOO SHIYOON. I feel like Awakened JOO SHIYOON, his value proposition of what he has to offer is going to be slightly less. Alright, slightly on the lower side of things. Like you can see, this is in Global again. Players are clearly beating up the 130 rates, 150 rates, right? So most of these are 110, but you can see 130 again. You can see there are some players doing 3.5 million, 2.9 million. There's no Awakened JOO SHIYOON yet as of me recording this video, right? So clearly players are doing it easily. So do you need Awakened JOO SHIYOON per se for Britra? Not really, because of how rates is designed. You don't need to solo it, right? You can always rely on your friends, on your crew members, on your consortium members. It's called consortium in this game. So that's also something that you want to keep in mind. Okay, also one last thing that I want to talk about is the new Awakened Recruitment. Alright, this is going to be about this thing right here, which I think a lot of players fall into this trap. It's not really a trap, and clearly it works. Clearly it works. It's like a FOMO thing. So basically, when New Awaken comes out, there's this thing. Right, you can see. If you pull them early on, first time, you're gonna get a lot of these appraisals. You get these lifetime contracts, such cool thing. 1 fusion core, very cool. 20 black tickets, right? And then you get, what else? You get some of these mech APT cores. 1 more fusion core right here. Some infos, some raid books, 1 fusion core right here, and some Eternium and 1 fusion core, and mostly Eternium right here. Now this one, a lot of people fall into the bait of thinking that, okay, I gotta pull when the Awaken units come out because they are very valuable. These things are all very valuable for me. And I get it. If you are new, you're gonna think that this is valuable, but I'm gonna tell you straight up that this is not worth it. Alright, don't fall into it. A lot of players argue with me that this is super worth it. Now listen, you can argue with me all you want, you probably won't realize yet, but all of these are practically giving you materials enough for you to not... it's giving you back the materials for you to power up your Awaken units to level 102 or 104, about that. So it's just giving you back the materials. Eventually you're gonna have tons of this, alright? I've talked about this before, I've shown my C account. Global feels rush, so definitely you have less, you have less things per se, right? But if I show you like my C account, for example, right now, how many cores do I have in terms of the... for example, I have, look at this. I have like 3,000 raid books. You have 8,000 of this, right? You have 200 fusion cores. You're gonna have what else? You're gonna have like a lot of appraisals. These are nothing to worry about. Eventually, once they slow down, you're gonna start seeing a lot of those things. Plus, these gears, these are mostly fodder. You guys know, all right? If you guys are veteran players, you guys know. Nobody uses these gears anymore in PvP, right? Raid gears better. Maze gears 500 billion times better. Anything that you get from Shadow Hall, Shadow Palace is going to be 6.5 times better than all of this. Alright, so these are just practically fodder gears. You don't have to worry about any of this. So if you miss out on this, don't worry about it too much. Like I said, never fall into the bait. Those are just FOMO things to make you want to pull the character the first time. So Awaken JOO SHIYOON, like I said, if you don't get him later. My priority is get this one first. If you can, if you're a new account. It's hard to give you guys a specific advice because I know a lot of you guys watching, you guys are divided, alright? You guys are not, some of you guys new, some of you guys 1 week old, some of you guys 3 months old, some of you guys been playing since day 1. And I don't know who is watching this at the whole. I can't give you guys a specific advice, but as in a general rule, I would assume that, I would like to favor my advice towards the new players that's watching this. So, new players, don't worry about it, like I said, right? So let's show you guys Awaken JOO SHIYOON. Alright, again, I want to, for those of you guys who are interested, right? Definitely, I want to show you guys at least one battle of how, I wouldn't say the correct way, but how most players generally use him in battle, right? Alright, so let's show you guys, this is against an Enterprise Awaken Mina leader. So I'm going to see if I can deploy Awaken JOO SHIYOON early to showcase his potential. Awaken JOO SHIYOON does counter, Awaken Mina in a way. So that's an Awaken SHIYOON, alright, which is fine. So we're gonna put Awaken JOO SHIYOON right here. Alright, and then put, so I think we counter the special skill from Awaken SHIYOON as you guys saw, right? So right there, we're gonna try to perform more counters. Okay, so this is a pretty good one. So Awaken JOO SHIYOON with Horizon. I think there might be an Awaken Mina coming out soon. Okay, so we were able to... I don't know if you guys saw that, but Awaken Mina's entrance, that zap in, that comes in from the back, can actually be countered by Awaken JOO SHIYOON. So that's also something that, in PvP, he has his use. I wouldn't say he's entirely bad, right? But it's just, the meta just doesn't really favor him. That's why he almost never gets banned, unfortunately. Okay, let's show one more. Awaken Hilde. So hopefully you guys get more sample size. Let's see, is Awaken JOO SHIYOON good against Awaken Hilde? It depends. I think neutral, but it depends on who is behind that Awaken Hilde, right? So I don't get Awaken JOO SHIYOON, as you guys can see right here. My first 4 is Horizon. Then we get, so I'm gonna deploy this first. Alright, so you got Awaken Hilde, and then I'm gonna go with my Striker, I think. So he go with Ministra after. Alright, which is fine. So we're gonna do this. So I think I'm gonna go with Beatrix, Laura Beatrix. So let me put Awaken JOO SHIYOON here. Alright, so he has a Roy. I think Roy is... I forgot who is... I can't remember who is banned and who is not banned, but yo, that Ahab's debuff, Awaken JOO SHIYOON is moving like so slow like tortoise. Alright, go again. Okay, so let's see, we got this. Awaken Heal Day is back. Okay, so Horizon is there. Thanks for whoever that just subscribed. So now we bring out areas. Hopefully as many defenders as we can. Hopefully Awaken JOO SHIYOON don't die, right? So that's the objective. Move forward. It's like you're building a team centered around Awaken JOO SHIYOON with the counter and stuff. Carl Wong is also a very good one. You can see multiple counters every time you see that thing. Alright, so and then we might just send Kang in, maybe. Whoever that is. I don't see my Kang, which is quite weird. Okay, so that's my Kang. So Awaken JOO SHIYOON is there. In the ship, Awaken Heal Day is still alive. And then we have, who is that? Ministra. This battle is all over the place. Okay, so one more counter. That thing does a lot to the ship. I don't know if you guys saw the damage every time he does that. Right? So he's still in front, still countering the Awaken Heal Day. Xiaolin is there. Phew. So he basically killed the ship with that counter. So that can be insane if you're rushing. He is also not too bad if you know what you're doing, right? But I still prefer Awaken Horizon in terms of rush comms if you're trying to like just move forward all the way. Yeah, so as you can see, damage wise, Awaken JOO SHIYOON 47,000. Ifrit does more damage because I did deploy Awaken JOO SHIYOON a little bit late. Not that I deployed him late, I didn't get him early, right? So I got him like in the later 5 or 6 units. So there's that, right? Alright, so with that being said, I do think Awaken JOO SHIYOON is, again, a decent unit, a decent Awaken striker. I wouldn't say he's bad, but he's like in the middle ground. He's definitely average, slightly above average maybe, but as a new player, as a beginner that just starts, or as a couple of months, you probably don't want to pull for him. For me, you know, like I'm going to skip him probably. I'm going to wait for Awaken Jake or Awaken or Maestra Nequisha or even Awaken Shinja, which is going to be a better value proposition. I've been thinking about this. Do you guys want me to make a rates tier list for Awaken units? If you guys want, let me know, because that's going to be very rate specific, where I feel like some units might fall off or fall on or go up the list depending. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the idea. I'm gonna go eat and then I'm gonna go record one more video for the Hololive collab, talking about the characters as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, have a nice day, goodbye.